Y'all hate Trump too much for me. I swear to God. Democrats have been so hypocritical today, and I'm finna point it out. And I'm gonna break this down for you guys so that you can understand what's really going on with Trump invading Venezuela and capturing. He's not even the president. He actually lost the election, but he said he's still going to be the president, and he became the dictator after he lost the election.
Yep.
Not for a moment let your hatred and disdain for Donald Trump, an unsavory character, have you defending the dictator of my country that was destroyed by him and Chavez and their system 20 years ago.
He killed people who protested him. He killed people in the streets, and he has decimated the country of Venezuela, so much so that inflation has rose to unimaginary heights. The minimum wage in Venezuela right now, y'all, is like $3 a month. I mean, people, the pharmacies don't even have medicine, so people can't even get insulin sometimes. People have to use their minimum wage that they're making in their country, and it has to last them for months at a time, for groceries, for food, for all of the things, the necessities that they need. Venezuela is an ultimate disarray in the middle ground of moving drugs. It is unsafe, and people are fleeing it. So let's talk about it. 7 million people have fled Venezuela.
That number's more like 8 million, but we'll let them keep cooking.
It's the largest migration from the Western Hemisphere in all time. And guess where they're going? They're going to neighboring countries, and then they come into America.
Yep.
We have spent hundreds of billions of dollars taking care of Venezuelans who have ran away from Maduro. They say Donald Trump is only going in there for oil. We know he's going for oil. Two things can be right at the same time. But let's be for real. What president has not invaded a country and went after the oil? They're going to get some benefit when they do some good. We know this, and that is what has happened. But the Venezuelans, do they care? No, they care about the fact for the last 26 years they've not been able to live in their own country, their own homeland, and be stable. That's what they care about. They care about going home to a stable country. Then they talk about it is illegal. Let's talk about it. Obama killed bin Laden. No congressional approval. Obama killed Gaddafi in Libya. No congressional approval. Joe Biden just killed the leader in Al-Qaeda. No congressional approval. Don't come to me talking about congressional approval. This man actually went and brought him alive to America to stand trial. You don't even know if he's going to be convicted. So let's be for real, Democrats. Stop being hypocritical right now.
Oh, man. Shout out to Mr. Green here, man. He is spot on, and he's absolutely right. We got to get into it. Man, there's this brother from Venezuela, and he is breaking it down, explaining to everyone why Maduro needed to be toppled. The people of Venezuela are loving this. Liberals, Democrats in the United States of America, not so much, but it makes you wonder who's putting the battery in their bags. Hit that like button, share this video, subscribe to the channel. Let's get into it.
Okay, as a Venezuelan American, I got some shit to say. My family, my parents, my sister, my extended family, all lost everything. Their work, their savings, their investments, gone. Wiped out by a narco dictatorship that has held Venezuela in a death grip for over 25 years. And what happened to my family has happened to millions, and yes, millions. The Venezuelan exodus is the second largest displacement crisis on earth after Syria. This is not just a tragedy. It is one of the great humanitarian disasters of our time. But the suffering doesn't end there. This regime has jailed hundreds of political prisoners. Thousands have been murdered simply for speaking out. More than a third of the population has fled. 1/3.
Commonplace in socialist countries. Commonplace. And it seems like that's exactly what they would like to happen here in the United States of America if the Democrats or the Democratic Socialists of America ever get their way.
Not for better opportunities or for the American dream, but to survive, to live, because staying often means death. And while the world may see Venezuela as a collapsed state, what it is in reality is an occupied one. Our territory, our natural resources, and our institutions have been overrun by hostile foreign powers. Iranian militias, Chinese corporations, Russian intelligence, all exploiting our country with impunity.
Yep.
Venezuela is no longer just a local crisis. It is now a geopolitical threat that endangers the entire Western Hemisphere.
That's 1,000% accurate there. And that's what people here in the United States of America, you know, those people that only live within about a 10-mile radius of where they grew up at, they have no idea what this means for the hemisphere. To be honest with you, a lot of these people don't understand the difference between the Western and the Eastern Hemisphere. They're that dumb. Just saying.
It has become a launch pad for an authoritarian expansion in the Americas. And in the midst of all of this, one woman has dared to lead the charge for freedom. Maria Corina Machado. In 2024, against every odd, she led a peaceful democratic uprising that won the election. Her team smuggled physical voting receipts out of the country, hard proof of victory that the regime tried to bury. Her courage has lit a fire in the hearts of millions of Venezuelans desperate to believe that change is still possible. But now some have questioned her decision to dedicate her Nobel Prize to Donald Trump. Okay, I get that. But here's the truth. It was a brilliant strategic move in the global chessboard of politics. Maria Corina is no fool. She knows exactly the kind of man Trump is. She knows how much he campaigned for it, loudly and relentlessly, to win that very same prize. She knows how symbolic and personal that recognition is to him. And precisely because of that, she understood that this gesture might be the thing that keeps his attention focused on Venezuela at a time when U.S. presence and pressure in the Caribbean is rising. She didn't dedicate that award to flatter him. She did it to protect and preserve the one kind of power that could help shift the course of history. Because for her, this isn't about pride. It's not about optics. It's about freedom. And let's be very clear. Maria Corina is not asking for the U.S. to invade Venezuela. She's not campaigning for war. Venezuela is already invaded.
And it'd be no contest anyway. Venezuela is not a country even worth invading in that manner. And what a lot of people don't understand when it comes to the oil, U.S. oil companies have been doing business in Venezuela for quite some time. Their oil that they have in their country is some of the thickest oil that's out there in the world. Just so happen, our oil refineries, especially those in the Gulf, are some of the better oil refineries to refine the thick oil that comes from Venezuela. So, yeah, is it about the oil? Yeah, but really? No, it's really about keeping the drugs out of our nation and stifling China's footprint in the Western Hemisphere, China, Russia, and Iran. We cannot allow our adversaries in the daggone Western Hemisphere, we can't allow them to have a foothold over here. No.
It is held hostage by a narco state, overrun by foreign agents and enemies of democracy, Russians, Iranians, Chinese, all operating freely, weaponizing our land and resources to expand their influence across Latin America.
This situation right here is a direct shot at the BRICS nations. See, the previous administration showed themselves as weak, which means that it showed the country as weak and ripe for the taking. We had a bumbling, stumbling, fumbling individual as the face of our nation. And they placed another individual in Kamala Harris, who's not a very intelligent person, who's another puppet. So a lot of people around the world thought that Kamala or Biden or the Democrats would win. And hey, we got a chance to overtake the superpower in the nation, the 300-pound giant in the room. We got a chance, and it didn't happen.
What Maria Corina is calling for, what millions of Venezuelans are praying for, is the support of the only military on earth capable of countering that threat and helping to free our people. This is not imperialism. This is liberation.
Facts. The people down in Venezuela have been dealing with this socialist regime dating back to Hugo Chavez for like 26 years. This is a wealthy nation. They're sitting on just billions of barrels of oil. But because of corruption, because of the dictatorship, because of the narco state, the cartels within the country, because of the lack of democracy, the lack of freedom of speech, and some of the things that we hold dear in this nation, those people have been held hostage in their own nation or forced to flee. It's ridiculous. And the fact that we have Democrats in our country fighting for this, upset about the fact that a socialist nation, a dictator has been toppled, I mean, it just makes no sense to me.
She's not playing partisan games. She's playing for Venezuela's life. Because this isn't theoretical. This isn't academic. This is life or death. So yes, it is time to honor her bravery, but more importantly, it is time for the world, especially the free world, to recognize what's at stake. The fight for Venezuela is a fight for freedom, for democracy, and for the stability of an entire continent. If we truly care about liberty, human dignity, and peace in the Americas, then Venezuela's fight must matter to all of us.
Hey, I want to hear from you guys in the comment section. What are your thoughts on this? I want to hear from you guys in the comment section. What are your thoughts? People do not understand how important it is to make sure that we keep the likes of a Russia, China, or Iran out of the Western Hemisphere. And they had been propping this dude up, buying oil for basically nothing from this guy. It has to stop. We are the superpower on this side of the world. We cannot afford to allow other nations that are complete adversaries to us, to our way of life, to come over here and act like they're going to have a foothold in the Western Hemisphere. What is freedom worth to you? What is our way of life worth to you? I want to know. Seriously, I want to hear from you guys in the comment section. What are you guys willing to do to maintain the American way of life? What are you willing to do? Freedom isn't free. The Venezuelan people understand that. The Americans need to understand that. The fact that they're out there protesting is outright ridiculous. If you want to go live up under a dictatorship, go do it. I'm sure there are some places that would have no problems taking you and putting you under their foot or under their thumb. Let me know what your thoughts are. Hit the like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel, turn the notifications on to all so you never miss an upload. Consider joining the ARP family or buy your brother a coffee. That link's in the description box below. Appreciate the love and support. Keep God first. Stay prayed up. We'll catch up with you all next time. God bless. Peace.
Vibes so raw, can't hide the truth. Words so sharp.